When Maya moved into Unit 209, she felt like her life was finally stabilizing. It was a small studio in a concrete apartment block, one of those soulless buildings built in the 80s with yellowing walls and slow elevators. But after the last year, it was paradise. She'd escaped a controlling relationship 6 months earlier. Her ex Jordan wasn't physically abusive, not in the way people expect, but he chipped away at her mind, gaslighting, taking control of her bank account, convincing her she was crazy when she'd hear things at night. So when she found a place she could afford, signed the lease, and got her own key, it felt like breathing fresh air after drowning. Unit 209 was hers. She bought second-hand furniture, put up curtains, even started drawing again, something Jordan used to mock her for. The neighbors kept to themselves. The walls were thin, but manageable. A woman named Cheryl lived below her and smoked too much. Someone upstairs had a dog that barked whenever it rained. Maya liked the quiet. She was finally sleeping again, until the noises started. At first, it was the sound of footsteps in the hallway late at night. Not unusual. People came and went, but these were different, slow, deliberate, and always stopping directly in front of her door. She started noticing things. Her doormat was shifted slightly. Her mail was damp, like someone had handled it with wet hands. One morning, she found a small faded Polaroid photo tucked under her door. It showed the hallway from the inside of her apartment, pointing at the front door. She dropped it like it was on fire. She reported it to the building manager, Mr. Riley, an old man with cloudy eyes and hearing aids he barely used. Probably kids, maybe someone messing around. "You got a chain lock?" he asked. She did. She used it religiously after that, but the sounds got worse, tapping on the window. And she lived on the second floor. One night around 2 a.m., she was sketching, listening to quiet music, when her phone buzzed. Unknown number. A text. "Why'd you lock me out?" Her stomach flipped. She didn't reply. A minute later, another message. "I liked it better when you were scared." She blocked the number, called the police. They came and took a statement, but they couldn't do much without a name. She changed her number, but it didn't stop. More Polaroids. One showed her sleeping, blankets tangled, face half covered. Another showed her keys, hanging on the hook inside her door. She bought a camera and hid it in the bookshelf. It captured nothing, not even the sound of the taps or footsteps. She started to wonder if she really was losing it. Just like Jordan used to say, maybe she was broken, until Cheryl, the smoker downstairs, knocked on her door one night, eyes wide. "Do you know a guy named Jordan?" she asked. Maya froze. Cheryl explained she'd seen someone matching his description hanging out behind the building, near the service doors. Said he looked like he was waiting. Maya's throat tightened. She called the police again, gave them Jordan's name. They checked. His last known address was hours away. No current job, no contact, no arrest record. They couldn't do anything. Maya stopped sleeping. She kept her lights on, moved her dresser in front of the door. Then one night, she came home and found her apartment unlocked. Nothing stolen, nothing moved. Except one thing. Her sketchbook was lying open on the bed, flipped to a drawing of her old apartment, the one she lived in with Jordan. She didn't draw it. She never would have. The next morning, she packed a bag and went to stay with a friend across town. When she returned a few days later, the building was quiet. Nothing on the door. No new texts. She felt sick walking up the stairs, but Unit 209 was untouched, until she checked the footage on the camera. At 3:42 a.m., on the second night, she was gone. The door opened. A man stepped in, no mask, calm, confident. It was Jordan. He walked around the apartment like he owned it, sat on her bed, picked up her sketchbook, and flipped through it. Then he stood directly in front of the camera, smiled. He knew where it was. Then he reached over and turned it off. She went to the police again, this time with the footage. They finally opened a case. But by the time they got to the building, Jordan was gone. The manager hadn't seen him. No fingerprints. Maya left Unit 209 within 24 hours. She left the bed, her desk, her books, everything. She moved across the state. New phone, no social media. She never heard from Jordan again. But every once in a while, she still gets the feeling that someone's watching her apartment. And last week, outside her new building, on the windowsill, she found a Polaroid. It showed her sleeping, and in the corner, a handwritten note. I liked it better when you were mine.